In the quaint town of Little River, tucked away in the English countryside, a humble woman named Rose earned her living by doing laundry for the townspeople. She would go door to door collecting dirty clothes, washing them in the river, and delivering them clean and fresh. Despite her hard work, she was paid very little, often just a warm thank you. Rose and her two daughters, Emma and Grace, struggled to make ends meet, subsisting on a diet of bread and watery soup. The scent of bread clung to them like a persistent perfume, as if the yeast had become part of their very being. The aroma became their signature scent, a lasting fragrance that announced their love for the simple meal to the entire town. Emma and Grace were saddened by their plight, but felt helpless to change it. The other children in the town laughed and called them the bread girls. Tired of the mockery, they decided to speak to their mother. "Mum, we're tired of eating bread. Mum, we don't want to eat bread anymore. People are laughing at us. My lovely daughters, are you truly tired of the bread, or just tired of what people say? Ignore them. We may be poor, but this is what we have. Let's enjoy this simple meal together." "All right, Mum, we understand. Let's eat." They decided to wear their scent proudly, like a badge of honor. Whenever the children in town called them bread girls, they laughed too. Eventually, the taunts ceased and the children became friends, sitting by the river and chatting every day. Rose continued her work diligently, but one fateful day, as she scrubbed clothes in the river, her hands touched something peculiar buried in the sand. It was a beautiful silver teapot, adorned with intricate patterns and a shiny surface that glistened in the sunlight. It had a human-like face. Sensing something special, Rose carefully picked it up. The teapot suddenly spoke. "I am a magical teapot, capable of granting wishes. I will grant your heart's desires, but first take me home." Rose gently lifted the teapot and carried it home. Once there, she shut her door and eagerly asked, "What is your heart's desire?" "Oh, dear teapot, I wish for a big house, beautiful clothes, and wealth. I wish for fertile lands full of crops and livestock. I wish for my children to be successful and respected." "Your wishes are granted, but beware, do not anger me," the teapot warned. Rose promised never to anger it. Overjoyed, she later showed her daughters the talking teapot. They decided to keep it a secret. They asked for delicious meals, including roasted chicken and pastries, and their wishes were granted. They feasted and celebrated daily. Rose requested fine clothes and more roasted chicken, displaying the latter outside for passers-by to admire. "Where did they get all this food from? The aroma is so tempting," people would say. "Shall we ask for some?" "Go ahead, we'll enjoy the aroma from here." Rose and her daughters smiled as others walked away, gossiping. "If only my husband were alive to enjoy this," Rose would muse. She spent nights talking with the teapot and making wishes. Soon, they became the wealthiest family in town. People began borrowing money from them, but Rose and her daughters grew greedy, lending at high interest rates and exploiting their fellow townsfolk. The teapot grew angry. "Rose, your greed is astonishing, but it's time to pay. Offer me a human sacrifice, or your wealth will vanish." "I can't sacrifice my daughters. Please ask for something else. Have mercy. If not your daughters, then yourself. Sacrifice yourself now, or lose everything I have given." Rose refused and, clutching her children, ran outside. The furious teapot destroyed everything it had given them. They returned to their old home and began weaving baskets to survive, vowing never to let greed and ambition consume them again. This story reminds us that greed leads to destruction, and true wealth comes from hard work and kindness.